I think to pull these things off, you have to be all things to all people all the time. I mean, essentially, you know, to the insurance company that you have to deal with to get this backed, you have to say that it's without risk, or at least the risks are mitigated to the extent that it's a safe enough thing for them to invest in. Same with the sponsors. You have to sing, you know, their praises in any promotional work you do. You have to get the sales pitch right for them. To your mother, of course, there's no danger involved. To you know, the media, of course, it's the most dangerous thing in the world. You know, you're always pitching the same story with a different spin, understanding what the target audience you're trying to persuade is interested in hearing. Essentially, you know, you're a salesman. Obviously, you need a lot of perseverance. You need endurance, cold tolerance. You need to be very honest when you assess your risks for doing these things. You've got to go into them with your eyes wide open. If the kind of residual risk you're left with after you've done all of the things to try and make it as safe as you can, doing a dangerous thing, is not kind of acceptable to you, you're not prepared to live with it, then you have to, you know, decide it's not for you. But I mean, that's not really the case with me. You can't afford to get down in the middle of the Southern Ocean in a small boat, in darkness, in a storm, and find that the person that is with you, that said they were a good team player and good at handling stress, you know, is cowering in the corner crying and unable to operate. So you really need to test people fully before you go. So we were very open all the way through the process of getting the right team of people. But you know, you just have to be very honest and try and get the best people and try and trial them before you go, to ensure you've got the right people with you. And as I'll say later on, I mean, they were very high caliber people. But we tested everyone. We didn't buy people on their resume. You write your resume. How truthful can it be? You know, I mean, you've got to test it and really see. Yeah, times in any expedition where you do question things, you just must have obviously answers to those questions when those situations arise, and that's all about the planning process of understanding who you are, where your limits lie, understanding what is coming and trying to plan for as many of those things as possible, and explain to people what lies ahead so that they know and they can, you know, hope for the best, expect the worst, and not be unpleasantly surprised. You also try and convince yourself that when really bad things happen, that it's somehow bringing you closer to the original. So the worse it got, the more I thought, this is what Shackleton went through, and I'm happy about that. And you delude yourself that this is the case, and this is a useful skill in entrepreneurialism or expeditions. You know, you must be convincing yourself that, you know, you were in it for the struggle, and it'll be worth so much more if you can achieve your goal. And so, you know, we use all of those things to get us over the line. Well, I mean, climate change is real, of course. You know, any of us who talk about it as if it's not are only those who have the ability to talk about it in the kind of you know, abstract, because we're not being faced with the consequences of it. Many people in the Pacific and the drier parts of Africa have been suffering from it for a long time already. So it's real. I think the sequestration, mitigation and adaptation are the kind of three strands of what needs to happen. We need to suck some of the excess CO2 out of the atmosphere which is in there. We need to put less additional stuff up there, and then we need to be adapting to the inevitable change that's going to come as a result of what's already up there.